Here we go, Historia Augusta, chapter 13 of the two Maximi. Full there were, at also, other something, we've got other wars under him in his reign, and there were plurima. There were many other wars, from which, ex quibus, semper, always, he reverted. He came back, primus victor, the triumphant victor, and with ingentibus spoils, with huge spoils, and captivuses, and captives. 2. The extats, there still exist an oration of the same guy, Eostem, which had been missed to the Senate, which had been sent to the Senate, of which hoc, this, est, is an exemplum, a sample. In brevi tempore, in a short period of time, vocative, partis conscriptus, so many bellas I guessed it, so many wars I acted or did, of which amount no one of the old people did as many, I guess. There's the thought. Tantum praetor, so much booty, I tooleted into the Roman solum, because that's not going to be an adverb, which would be alone, so this would be Roman soils. I tooleted, I bore so much booty, tantum quantum is its correlative, so much that is not able to be hoped, that no one could hope so much, if you want to take that Nemo from there. So much of captives I've adduxied, I've led so many captives that scarcely, now we have Romana sola, going with Romanum solum, that Roman souls are scarcely sufficient to take in so many of these captives. There's a typo there. The reliqua, the rest of his oration to this matter, is not necessary. Not necessary to add it. 3. With Germania placated, pacified, he venated to the accusative of Sirmium. He's preparing to infer bellum, to bring in war to the Sarmatians, or wherever they are in English, and he was conceiving in his animo, in his mind, that as far as the ocean, the northern ocean, he wanted to rediggerate. He wanted to bring into Roman diction, Roman power, these parts of lands, etc. So it would have been 238. Quod facessit. He would have done this if he had vixessited, as you see, subjunctive of what could have, would have, should have happened. And so he would have done this in 238. He would have put these in the Roman power, as Herodonius says. What do we call him in English? It's Herodian, who was a Graecus scriptor. He was a Greek writer who, to him, as much as we can see, he favoured him plurum greatly, with a little clause let in the middle here, due to his odium of Alexander. He seemed to favour this other guy who didn't live. Anyway. 5. Said, but when the Romani, the Romans, were not able to bear the crudelity of him, his cruelness, what have we got? Quod, because he evocrated, he called out delators, these are informants, and he immiterated accusators, he sent in people who were accused, he fingerated, he created incriminations or crimes, he occulterated the innocent, he killed the innocent, he condemned omnes, all, qui cumque, anybody who came into the courtroom, so he condemned everyone and whoever they were who came into the courtrooms. And from the most ditissimus men, from the most richest men, he facerated pauperissimus once. Superlative for very poor. Neither, I guess that's a typo again, neither aliunde from anywhere else except, okay, so neither did he queer it, did he seek pecunia, money, from anyone unless it was bad from anywhere. Okay, so he took other people's money for bad reasons. Then, without delictions, without any wrongdoings, consular viros, consular men, and multos dukes, many generals, he interremitted, he killed them. Others, with dryness, he exhibited them in vehicles, so he put them in wagons without water, and I think another source, he didn't give them food either, and he detained others in custody, and nothing, finally, or in short, did he pretermit it, did he pass by? That it would seem. So he didn't pass by anything which could be for the use or the operations of cruelty. So if he saw an opportunity to do some cruelty, he did it. And contra eum, against him, Maximus, they prepared a defection. It's like a riot or to rebel or something like that. 6. Neither alone was it the Romans. So that would have to be the adverb compared to up there, which I think was a noun. Neither alone with the Romans, but queer, because also in with the accusative towards the milites, towards the soldiers, he was savaging, or he was savage towards his soldiers. So not only the Romans, but the army, which in Africa which was in Africa. Subita, the female version of suddenly, and with a huge sedition, they've done something. Gordianum Asenem, an old man, a virum most serious, a very serious man, who had been proconsul, they fecoranted this. So this is accusative. So they made this old man the emperor. Okay, cool. Of this faction, this is its order. This is the order of how this rebellion happened. 14. There was a procurator in Libya of Fisci. So he's a tax collector or something, fiscal and monetary things, who, something to Maximus, so with his zeal, his studium for Maximus had despoiled or ravaged omnes, everything. I guess it's not a neuter because of that. He, through the rusticam plebs, through the rural plebs, the common rural people, then, and some certain soldiers, he was interruptus as, he was killed. Looks like the present participle this. Must be the version of HL or something. He's got palancing because the other ones has super stood or something. So they repelled here, but it says they overcome the others who had defended by some reasoning of the honour of Maximus. So in honour of Maximus, they'd actually been defending this procurator. So some rural plebs and certain soldiers had killed this man, and they'd killed those who had been defending him. 2. Sed cum viderent, but when they saw, the authors of this slaughter, when they saw that with acroribus remedies, with more bitter or fierce remedies, here's the essay from a head verb, they saw that themselves must be subveniendum, there must be some help needed for themselves with more fiercer remedies. Gordianum, the proconsul, this is the guy we saw before, he was a virum, as Diximus, as we said, venerable, rather grand in rank by natu, by birth, and he was flourishing in all genere of virtues and all types of virtues. He flowered, who from Alexandro, by consulto, by a decree of the Senate, that's fourth declension, he had been missumed, he had been sent into Africa. He's now reclamenting, he's now shouting and afflicting, so it looks like terrors he's been afflicted with terrors or something. He was opertum, looks like he was overcome, and he was forced to take up the purple, which is royal colours, so he's forced to be the emperor. And the instantings, the people who were pressing him with swords and with all types of talorum, with all types of weapons. So it looks like he gave in and he was forced to become emperor. 3. And in the first place, primo, indeed, Gordianus was invitus. He was unwilling. He substrated the purple. He took it up unwillingly. Vero, but postea afterwards, when he visited, when he saw that neither to his son nor to his family, this would be tutum, this would be a safe thing to do, he was volens. He was willing, and he suscipited. He took up the imperium, and he was a pellatus est. He was called by all the Africans Augustus, with his son. So all the Africans with his son called him Augustus, apud the oppidum tristum, at a town called Drisdom. Indi then, propere, with haste, he venated to Carthage, with regal pompa, with royal pomp, which is a procession, and with protectorabuses, these are big guards, and with the fasces, which have laurel fasces, from where he sent letters to Rome to the Senate, which, with Vitalinanus dead, again, you could put the US or something in there for English. Most of these things, if you put a US, is how we put it in English. So with this guy dead, with the leaders of the military of the Praetorians, so the leaders of Praetorians, they accepted this gratanta very gratefully, due to their hatred, their odium of Maximus. And nearly done. Okay, Daily Dictionary adverb, gratanta. In my current favourite period of time, the late classical, 3rd to the 6th, with joy and with rejoicing. A bit of a hint, really, that things starting with grat are usually pretty good. Anyway, appellati, I'm not an expert on spelling, but I'm pretty sure they were called, even the old man and the Euvanus, the young man, were called Gordianus by the Senate Augusta. So both of them were called Augusta. And then the way things were in this late period, I think Caesar was second man. They called anyone who was in charge Augustus, and anyone second was the Caesar. That's it for the day.